Hey Star Warriors, Geek here, to count down the top 10 best scenes from Star Wars Episode 6, Return of the Jedi. I'm recreating my original list for accuracy, and I will eventually have a profile of scenes from every movie. In today's episode, we're looking at the final film in the original trilogy, Return of the Jedi. In 10th place, we have the Rancor Pit. Few scenes from the saga have you sitting quite on the edge of your seat as this one. When Luke Skywalker is unexpectedly trapped in the den of the Rancor at Jabba's palace, one of the most iconic battles from the saga commences. The Rancor is an extremely menacing beast, ranking high on my top 11 creatures list. Its beady eyes, giant claws, and intimidating stature sets it apart from all others. Some of the key moments of the scene include the giant bone, the Gamorrean guard, and the gate that ended the Rancor's reign. Everything about this scene is intense and exciting, earning it 10th place. At spot number 9 is entering the palace.
There doesn't seem to be anyone here. Let's go back and tell Master Luke. Goodness gracious me.
This shot of 3PO and R2 approaching Jabba's palace is one of the first things that comes to mind when thinking about Episode 6. The classic banter between the droids keeps the scene moving along as we see them go through the massive palace door. As we enter the throne room, we are greeted by dozens of new and exciting creatures, most notably one of the most iconic film figures of all time, Jabba the Hutt. His personality is showcased perfectly in this one simple scene. With Jedi Knights, aliens, droids, and Hutt crime lords, everything about this scene feels like Star Wars.
I present to you a gift. These two droids.
What did he say?
Both are hardworking and will serve you well.
This can't be. R2, you're playing the wrong message.
In 8th place, we have Obi-Wan's point of view.
So what I told you was true, from a certain point of view.
A certain point of view?
While this scene has been mocked in the past for how explanatory it is, basically just telling us a bunch of exposition about how much of a liar Obi-Wan turned out to be, it does tell us a lot about these characters. Luke's struggle is clearly depicted here, learning about his family ties and the path he must take to confront Vader. Many of Obi-Wan's best quotes come from this one conversation, and the ambient sounds of Dagobah add on to the emotion of the scene. It may not be action-packed or filled with explosions, but it sets up Luke's path perfectly.
There is still good in him.
He's more machine now than man, twisted and evil.
At 7th, we have the speeder bike chase.
Quietly. There might be more of them out there.
Hey, it's me.
Endor, one of the most immersive movie locations of all time. The beauty of this forest moon is only enhanced by one of the best chase scenes in cinematic history. It's fast-paced and exciting, but still very clear to follow. When Luke and Leia jump onto some speeder bikes and chase down the scout troopers, a high-speed chase of special effects and explosions commences. The technical aspect of this sequence is very innovative, fully realizing the imaginative vision of the speeder bike chase. It's fun, action-packed, and joyfully creative.
Move closer! Get alongside that one!
Entering at spot number 6 is the Endor Bridge.
The Force is strong in my family. My father has it. I have it. And my sister has it.
This scene has gotten a lot of heat about its prequel-esque dialogue, with some saying that this scene has some of the worst acting from the trilogy. And while I can definitely understand these complaints, the acting isn't what makes the scene great. The emotions that you can feel between these characters and the relationships that are presented here excel. The cinematography is beautiful, capturing the ambience of Endor perfectly. By far, the best part about this scene is John Williams' breathtaking score. This is one of the many pieces that I wish I had put on my top 10 greatest John Williams scores list. Luke and Leia is definitely one of the best pieces, earning this scene 6th place.
I'm sorry.
Hold me.
Making it to the halfway mark at spot number 5 is attacking the Death Star.
Well, how could they be jamming us if they don't know if we're coming? Break off the attack. The shield is still up.
This is by far the most action-packed scene in the trilogy. The technological innovations that went into creating the attack on the second Death Star are simply outstanding. The cinematography that went into making this space battle come to life was some of the most incredible in the saga. The blasts, spaceships, and field of stars all jump off of the screen. Even if the climax of the film was mostly borrowed from A New Hope, the high intensity of the chase out of the space station right before it explodes is praiseworthy. Admiral Akbar, Lando Calrissian, and Nien Nunb all make this scene more enjoyable, earning this epic space battle 5th place.
What? Right now? It was too close.
At spot number 4 is Yoda's death.
When 900 years old you reach, look as good you will not.
Jedi Master Yoda became a fan favorite when he first appeared on screen in The Empire Strikes Back, and even though he didn't have very much screen time in Return of the Jedi, his presence was felt here almost more than ever. His wise quotes and unforgettable charisma carry into Episode 6, where he teaches Luke the truth about Darth Vader. He sets Luke on his path before slowly fading into the realms of the Force. This whole scene is emotional and charming, leaving behind one of the most memorable characters in the history of film. Without him, Luke's journey would have ended abruptly, making him one of the most influential figures in the saga.
One thing remains. Vader. You must confront Vader. Then, only then, a Jedi will you be.
In 3rd place, we have Luke's decision.
Obi-Wan has taught you well.
I will not fight you, Father.
The whole battle that led up to this moment is breathtaking itself. The sloppily styled choreography really brings you into the moment, allowing for you to become immersed in the world. Luke Skywalker has been battling with this concept of the dark side and the light throughout the whole film, which is exemplified in his outfit. It seems very dark, but near the end of the battle, the flap opens up to reveal that it was always light on the inside. The intense moment before Luke makes his decision really humanizes Vader, connecting him to Luke and showing how much trauma he's been through. Luke's final moment of triumph as he tosses aside his lightsaber is the defining moment of his character, as he chooses to spare his father. It's really a dramatic scene.
You failed, Your Highness. I am a Jedi, like my father before me.
In 2nd place, we have the sail barge battle.
Don't move, Lando! Oh wait, I thought you were blind! It's alright, I can see a lot better. Don't move! A little higher! Just a little higher!
The Sarlacc pit is one of the most iconic images from the saga, and I feel even more connected to it after having been to the actual filming location. The build-up that the scene brings is extremely suspenseful. All of our heroes are at their most dire hour, which is what Star Wars always did best. Put all of your main characters in a hopeless situation and let them fight their way to victory. Luke Skywalker showcases his Jedi skills and abilities, masterful with a lightsaber and quick on his feet. Leia proves her ingenuity, conquering Jabba the Hutt once and for all. 3PO and R2 work off of each other as a perfect comic duo, and Han, Chewie, and Lando get some laughs out of the audience too. The high stakes of the situation are highly rewarded in the end, when the mighty sail barge bursts into a ball of fire. This is by far one of the best scenes in the saga.
Let's go, and don't forget the droids. Run away!
Before I give you my favorite scene from Episode 6, here are some runners-up. Story time.
Oh gosh. Master Luke and Chimney to do.
Leaving the Falcon.
Hey, you awake?
Yeah, I just got a funny feeling, like I'm not gonna see her again.
Emperor's arrival.
Everything is proceeding as I have foreseen.
Wicket's introduction.
Cut it out!
Golden God. The light side.
Search your feelings, Father. You can't do this. I feel the conflict within you. Let go of your hate.
It is too late for me, son.
Finally, in first place as the best scene from Return of the Jedi, is the death of Anakin.
Luke, help me take this mask off.
Jedi.
Nothing can stop that now.
This is really an incredible scene. Darth Vader has redeemed himself, returning to his former form as Anakin Skywalker. As Anakin lies dying, he takes off his mask to see his son face to face for the first and last time. All of Anakin's dialogue is emotional and brilliant, ending off Vader's legacy superbly. Luke boards an Imperial shuttle and sets course for Endor, where the second half of the scene takes place. Luke ignites Anakin's funeral pyre, showing that Vader's sacrifice was a bright spot in the galaxy. The cinematography and music here is perfect, which is why I have to use this shot so many times in various episodes. The thing about this image is how it fits with the rest of the saga. Just like this shot from episode 4, Luke stands looking into a bright center, whether it's in longing for adventure or mourning for his losses. With superb cinematography and fantastic visuals, this scene is the greatest way to end off the original trilogy, earning it spot number 1. So that's my list on the top 10 best Star Wars Episode 6 Return of the Jedi scenes. Subscribe to Star Geek for weekly Star Wars content. If you enjoyed the video or agree with the list, please shoot that like button at light speed. You can find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram by clicking the links in the description, and you can check out my last video, 5 Fun Facts on Bosk, if you just click on the thumbnail. You can also watch my list of the top 10 bounty hunters. Until we meet again in a galaxy far, far away, this has been Star Geek. Hey everyone, thanks for sticking around. If you've stayed this far, you're part of an elite group of critics who get to decide whether the rest of the viewing audience gets to see my 2 trips to 2 different Star Wars filming locations. If you're interested in seeing my trips to the Redwood Forest of Northern California, where they shot the scenes for Endor, or my trek with the Sarlacc collecting group to the Imperial Dunes of Buttercup Valley, where they filmed the Sarlacc pit and sail barge scenes, where I even found some actual pieces of the set, then please tell me in the comments, and I'll make a whole episode featured around the locations. Thanks for watching everyone. Your dedication is greatly appreciated. May the Force be with you.